Gary Katzenstein. I'm a professor in the UC system, teach at various campuses, have my own consulting business. I've been teaching and researching and consulting for about 20 years, working with people at all levels, executives, MBA students, undergraduates, and I basically convey how to be a better person in an organization, how to get more of what you want done. So the research that I've done has been in integrating various different aspects of leadership, help people analyze what's going on and help solve problems. My usual suspects framework is something that I've worked with for the last decade or so. I wanted a simpler framework that was going to be something that people could keep in their heads at all time, and I came up with a set of 7 ideas that I believed were a very powerful way of explaining what went on in organizations. So issues about being aware about yourself and what's going on around you, framing problems in a powerful way, dealing with emotional issues. People don't realize that situations that are out there can be looked at in many different ways. You can be looked at as a money problem, they could be looked at as a marketing problem, they could be looked at as an HR problem. And each way of looking at the problem generates different solutions. And some solutions may be better or worse. Of course, it depends on where you are in the organization. But the essence of design thinking, for example, is being able to frame problems in many different ways until you find a frame that makes the most sense for you and for the organizations. Most people, when they problem solve, latch onto a solution, and then they work backwards and say, well, the problem must be this because the solution is that. What I tried to get them to do is develop skills so they can frame problems in 5 or 6 different ways and then decide which of those 5 or 6 framings is most useful, most powerful for them and for their organization. It's part of the usual suspects, but it's also a big part of when I teach decision-making and leadership in general, because an important part of decision-making is, in fact, framing the problem in the correct way. It's also a big part when I teach applied innovation and design thinking. A fundamental thing that you deal with is getting people to develop skills to frame problems in more powerful ways. So it's very important in working programs that I teach that I work with the real-world problems that the leaders and executives are dealing with in their organizations. And it's really important that at the end of the day, they go back to their organizations with specific knowledge about problems that they can work with people in their organizations and solve their particular problems. I tell my students that what I'm giving you is knowledge for a lifetime. I want to be able to see you at a reunion in 5 or 10 years and say, wow, that model that we worked with 5, 10 years ago, I can still use it. It doesn't change. All the fads that have come and gone, those are at the back of my bookshelf. The stuff that we did, which is the knowledge for a lifetime, really makes a difference in how I manage today. The most gratifying thing is knowing that I made a difference in people's work lives. When people come back to me and say that I've presented some information or the exercises we've done have helped them solve a problem that's been so difficult for them for maybe years, and they were able to move forward and come home at the end of the day and feel like they've produced something and they're productive and they've been satisfied with their work, that makes me feel really good that I've made a difference in somebody's life.